Hello friends, this is Dr. Srujan, a practicing cosmetic dentist and your mentor for the day. And today we are going to cover some of the most important topics in conservative dentistry, that is composites. And in that we are going to cover classification and composition from this very wonderful book of mind maps and notes by Medi Study Go. In case if you don't have this already, you can go ahead purchase this from Amazon, Flipkart or the official site of Medi Study Go. So let us start with the classification of composites. And there are basically 9 groups on the basis of which composites can be classified. And they start right from the filler particle size up to the ADA specification number 27. Now, an easy way to remember all of these 9 groups are by FIMC, You can go ahead, make your own acronyms and do whatever that helps to make you remember these. So let us start with the first type, which is the filler particle size and size distribution. Now this is the most important type, and we all know that composite basically has a resin matrix and has filler particles distributed all over it. So composites can be classified by the size and distribution of these filler particles. Now, they can be classified as mega filled. It is actually macro filled, which is 10 to 100 micrometers. Then we have hybrid Medi filled and hybrid mini filled. Then we have nano hybrid, packable hybrid, flowable hybrid, and microfilled, which is 0.01 to 0.1 micrometer. Now, microfilled can be further classified as homogeneous microfilled or heterogeneous microfilled. And finally, we have nanofilled, which is one of the most important types and can be asked for various questions. You need to remember the size of it, which is 0.005 to 0.01 micrometers. Next, we have on the basis of inorganic loading. So it can either be heavy filler materials, which is 75%, or light filler materials, which can be 66%. Next up, we have based on the matrix. Now, it can either be composites based on Bis-GMA or composites based on UDMA. Now, both of these are basically the principal resin monomers, and they stand for bisphenol A glycidyl methacrylate or urethane dimethacrylate. After that, composites can be classified on the basis of their consistency. So it can either be light body, which consists of the flowable composites. Then we have medium body, which consists of homogeneous microfills, macrofills, and midifills. And finally, we have the heavy body, which has the packable hybrid and minifills. Next, we have composites based on area of application. So they can either be composites for anterior restorations or composites for posterior restorations. The sixth classification was given by DCNA, which stands for Dental Clinics of North America. And they broadly classified composites into 2 types, type 1 and type. Type 1 consists of the microfilled with fumed silica, whereas type 2 consists of others with crushed quartz or silica. So the major difference is either it's fumed or crushed. Next, we have classification based on the method of curing. So composites can either be cured by light curing, chemical curing, or dual curing. Light curing can be further divided into visible light or UV light. The visible light here is usually visible blue light, which is used in most of the clinical practices. The next classification of composites was given by Craig, and he broadly classified composites into 2 groups, that is type 1 and type 2. The type 1 composites were again divided into 4 subgroups, which is class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, and it depends on the size of filler particles again. And the type 2 was further classified into class 1 and class 2, again depending on the size of filler particles. And finally, the last classification, that is ADA specification number 27. So again, according to the ADA specification, composites were divided into 2 main groups, that is type 1 and type 2. So the type 1 basically includes all the polymer based materials for occlusal surfaces, whereas type 2 were other polymer based materials which are further subdivided into class 1, class 2, class 3. Class 1 again is self-curing materials, which is very similar or basically the same as the chemical cure. Class 2 includes the light cure materials and class 3 includes the dual cure materials. And now coming to the second part of the video, that is composition of composites. So there are basically 6 components. They can be remembered by the short form RFCMIA. Again, you can go ahead, make your own acronyms, whatever helps you remember them. So let us start with the first component, which is the resin matrix. So as we already know, the plastic resin material binds with the fillers to give us the composite. Now the resin matrix includes primary monomers, which are Bis-GMA and UDMA, which we have studied previously. It also consists of dilutant monomers, which gives us a highly cross-linked polymer structure. The common inorganic fillers in composites are silica, glass, organic fillers or crystallic polymers. The next one we have are the inorganic fillers, which are basically fibers which are dispersed in the matrix. Now, if the composite has low filler content, it will have lower strength but higher aesthetics. And on the other hand, if the composite has high filler content, we will have lower aesthetics. And also the composite will show high viscosity and radio opacity. The next one we have are the coupling agents, and they are basically going to promote bonding and adhesion in the filler and resin matrix. They are also going to allow transfer of stresses and inhibit leaching by preventing water penetration. Some of the common coupling agents are organosilicates, titanates, and zirconates. You can remember them as words ending in ates. Then we have the optical modifiers, which are basically the pigments such as metal oxides, titanium dioxide, or aluminium oxide. After that, we have some inhibitors such as butylated hydroxytoluene or 4-methoxyphenyl, and they are basically going to extend the shelf life of our composites and also provide us a sufficient working time. And finally, we have the activator initiator system, which is basically going to initiate the polymerization of our composites. For chemically activated composites, they are benzoyl peroxide initiator and aromatic tertiary amine activator. Whereas for the light cured composites, they are camphoroquinone photosensitizer or organic aliphatic amine initiator. The activator initiator system is one of the most important components in composites, which brings us to the end of this topic. Now let us quickly revise both the topics that we studied today. So composites can be broadly classified on the basis of 9 categories, which can be memorized as FIMC, ABCCA. Whereas there are 6 major components in composites and can be remembered as RFCMIA. Now let us look at this question. What additive is used to improve the shelf life of composites? Now, whenever we look at such questions, we might feel lost. And the best way to revise and tackle this situation is flashcards. And it looks something like this. And to answer the question, like we studied, inhibitors are responsible to increase the shelf life as well as provide a sufficient working time. Now let us look at this MCQ. Light cured composites polymerize through exposure to what? So we know for a fact that it isn't infrared light or X-ray radiation. Also, most of the light cured composites are usually polymerized with the visible blue light, which should be the correct answer. Let us look at the explanation. So the light cure composites undergo photopolymerization when exposed to visible blue light, which is responsible to activate the camphoroquinone photoinitiator, which we have already studied. So here I would like to mention one thing, that by downloading the official Medi StudyGo app, you get access to all of such mind maps, notes, videos, flashcards and MCQs. Also, I strongly suggest you take a look at the YouTube channel by Medi StudyGo, where a lot of educational videos are regularly uploaded aiming to help dental students. Also, if you like the video, please hit the like and subscribe button and share the video with your friends. Thank you and happy learning.